Hey everybody, this is Time Drive and I'm Juhi Pandey. After ages of speculation, Fiat launched the Linea. And now finally we've got another much delayed release in the form of the Grande Punto. But is it all practicality and no joy? Or is it also fun to live with, like the Palio was? Joel checks out Fiat's latest pocket rocket.
You ask the Germans to make a hatch, you get a Polo or a Golf. You ask the Japanese to make one, you get pretty much the entire Indian roadmap, right from the 800 to the Swift. But if you ask the Italians to make a hatch, you get this. It's called the Grande Punto. Grande because it's bigger than the Punto that came before it. And for a city hatchback, it really is pretty. There's those teardrop headlamps and that trademark Fiat grille. There isn't too much going on design-wise, and yet the result is so Italian. Now the thing about the Italians is that they don't really know how to design anything that's purely functional. Ask for a passport photo and they give you the Mona Lisa. Ask for your ceiling to be redone and they give you the Sistine Chapel. Ask for a little bit of outdoor plumbing and maybe a koi pond and they give you Venice. Ask for a hatch and they give you this. Now this being a hatchback that's 23 centimeters longer and thus more spacious than a Maruti Swift, which in a very twisted Figaro kind of way is its brother. Now the thing is that the Punto is powered by a 1.3-litre multi-jet engine, which is a bit like the diesel version of the village bicycles. Now the same engine you will find in the Swift, in the Indica Vista, in the Linea and now this, the Grande Punto. So technically this is an Italian Indica. Or well, the Swift is a Japanese Punto. Or well, you know where I'm going with this. Now on paper the power is pretty standard at about 76 bhp, but then you don't really drive diesels on paper now, do you? Because what the diesel engine has is torque and plenty of it, 197 Newton meters of it to be precise, which is not a bad amount for a small city hatch like this. Now for the Grande Punto, that's enough to pull the Leaning Tower of Pizza back into place. Now what's nice about this engine is that the turbocharger on this car is gentle. It doesn't suddenly bounce to life, thrusting you ahead. Now that makes start-stop city driving a lot gentler, so you won't randomly surge into the guy ahead of you in traffic. And because it's a Fiat, it's Italian and hence fun to drive. It soaks up the bumps, it's comfortable. And so you think that it wouldn't handle well, but here's the thing, it does. It handles superbly. This car drives like the Italians play football, safe when necessary, but flamboyant and fun when needed. It's great on the turn-in, holds its own, and there's a reason for that. Now the engine up front is a 1.3-litre multi-jet, but you can get this car in some countries with a 1.9 multi-jet, a much bigger engine. So the chassis is obviously set up to handle even more power. Come on Fiat, make it happen. Charge us a little extra for it, but make it happen. Now the fat tires on the top end variant help too, with tons of grip even in this rainy weather. And then there are the interiors. Fiat have definitely come a long way with the Punto. The interiors on the Palio were so rubbish that if you spent every day commuting in that car, you'd pull over one day and just put a shotgun to your mouth, ending your miserable life. But then this is just welcoming and friendly. It's essentially the same console as the Linea, and that's brilliant. And then you've got a Blaupunk system, the Blue and Me Bluetooth system, the works. And because the Punto is longer than most hatches, there's a little extra room in the cabin. What I love about this car is that how some hatchbacks have to remind you, you bought me because I'm cheap. Now nothing in this car ever does that. And that's what happens when you've got a car that's been designed by Fiat Centro style and Ital design. The same guys who brought you the Maserati Quattroporte. Of course, they also did come out with the Hyundai Sonata, but then we'll let that one slide. And that's not all. You've got ABS, electronic brake distribution, all the bells and whistles you'd come to expect in a car, almost double its size. But more than anything else, what I like about this car is it has personality. It isn't saying, look, you need to drive to work every day, you need to own a car, might as well be me. It's saying, yeah, screw work, let's go have some fun. Now there's a lot riding on the little Grande Punto, and with the launch of the Linea in India, Fiat has for the first time managed a double punch. Now the low-end diesel version begins at 4.48 lakh rupees and goes all the way to 6 lakh rupees, which does seem like a bit much for a little car. But then with the Grande Punto, you really are getting your money's worth.